Hey guys, Tara here, and I have the great pleasure of being joined today by Stéphane Roy.
Exactly.
See, I did it. He's the producer of the upcoming Thief game, and we've also got Zach here. He is going to be fielding questions in the chat, and behind the scenes we have Sebastian, who is going to be leading us through the game. So which part are we in right now?
This is the beginning of the game. It's not... Before this, you're going to have a kind of prologue, a short tutorial, and setting the story. This is the first mission, so something big happened just before this.
Okay.
So the main character, Garrett, will tell you that, okay, something's weird, he doesn't remember exactly what did happen, so he really wants to reach his hideout.
I feel like I can
it's a big clock tower in the middle of the city. So this is your first objective, just to reach this your hideout. It's a short mission to start, you know, the difficulty level start. And I like this mission because it's all you're expecting, I think, from Thief will be there. You can play mouse and cat against the AI. The basic mechanics are there, so it's a good introduction to the game.
Yeah, so we are playing on PS4 right now.
Correct, yeah.
Are there any differences between not just the next gen versions, but between the next gen and the current gen that we should be aware of?
So the main gameplay, you know, all the mechanics, it's the same, obviously, because we want to make sure that everybody has the same experience. That said, each platform, Xbox One or PS4, for example, the controller. Let's say the PS4, there is the touchpad menu. We have also, like we said in the past, the light gem on the front, stuff like this. For the Xbox One, there is Kinect, of course. With Kinect, if you, let's say, talk or shout a little bit, the guard will be distracted. Also, with Xbox One, there is the trigger. They have a kind of, how they call it? I don't recall.
A rumble trigger?
Yeah, something like this. So, for example, if you, Sebastian, can you just pull out the bow? If he's aiming and he keeps like this, after a couple of seconds, it will. You cannot be like this for a while. You're going to lose your precision. So with the Xbox One, you're going to feel it on the trigger. So this is the difference to support these the thing. But the main experience is the same.
Okay. Now, the mission that we're doing now, is this a pretty linear mission, or is there room for exploration in this part that we're in?
So it's a story-driven game. So when you're in mission, we want to tell you a story. That said, when at each kind of gameplay bubble, you are going to have to make choice. So you will have to be, all right, I have to go in this jewelry shop, for example, you're going to see in a few minutes. So there is multiple ways to go in. So this is one thing. The other thing, after each mission, you're back in your hideout in the city. And in the city, here, it's really open area. And you go in the street, you have a crowbar, so if you want to go in a building, you just use your crowbar, open a window. You have to steal a lot of things. So in this area, it's really where you want to go. It's open. So this is how the structure of the game is. So the jewelry store I was talking about. So, you know, if you want to prove that you are above the law, you can use the main door. Maybe much more difficult. You can use back alley. So it's up to you. It's your choice.
Now, how big of a part of this game is combat? Because I know you've sort of always had that, but it seems like based on the amount of this that I've played, which isn't all that much, but you are sort of intentionally disadvantaged with that.
You're right. I mean, it's been complex because the goal is really you're a thief, you're not a soldier. So we wanted to make sure that you cannot go, let's say Sebastian go in the middle and, you know, all right, come on. Technically speaking, because you're not a soldier, you should die if you're in the middle of... So we did make sure that if you really want to have a combat, try to be as a thief, like, okay, throw a bottle in the corner, try to isolate people. So face-to-face, it's easier. After that, if the guy is in the dark corner using your blackjack and stuff like this, yes, there is combat, but you have to be smart. You have to be able to divide people and stuff like this. Because if you are Garrett alone against, let's say, 3 guards, technically speaking, or you can use all the resources you have, flash grenades and stuff like that, but it's going to cost a lot to survive.
Right.
But it's intentional. It's really not a fighting game,
Yeah.
Shadow is your friend.
Yes.
Speaking of which, we've been seeing this traversal move that you guys have, the swoop.
It's the swoop.
Yeah, which is one of my favorite parts of this game. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's you're right. It's new in this in the game. I agree. I love it because it's really it's not just from forward. You can go backward. You can avoid an obstacle by doing it. It's really flexible, and it gives you a kind of burst of energy. Just you're a guy is about to see you, and you swoop. You just avoid this moment. So it's really useful. That said, you cannot just press and repeat.
Like his upstairs,
but it's an addition in this in the game.
The same is true for focus, right? That's also new to this game.
Yeah, you're right. This is. And it's a good introduction about all the options we want to give you. You're right. Focus is new also. It's something linked with the beginning of the game. Something big happened, a kind of big accident, and after this, you have this kind of the focus. So it helps you to see interactive object like this. It also helps you if you want to pick lock and stuff like this. That said, I know that a lot of people told us that, according to them, a master thief should not use that.
Yes, of course.
So we worked very, very hard to make sure that the game you're going to play, it's your game, so you will be able to use all the option you want.
Right.
So for example, can you just go in the option, please? There is two type of option. First of all, it's how the display. Here you have navigation prompt. You have your objective marker. When there is an object to steal. So let's say this laptop. We're going to have a kind of flashy effects on it and stuff like this. If you don't want that, you can turn off everything, and everything. No more on.
Right.
So Sebastian will do it, and you're going to have only the game.
Okay.
So imagine you're at home, big screen, dark room, just the game. The immersion is just great. Now no more clues. So you have really to sneak around because no more flashy effect to tell you here there is an object and stuff like this.
Yeah. So I mean, the original Thief games were extremely hard, I would say. Do you think that, I know you guys have what, I think 4 difficulty levels in this one?
3+, we're going to show you a little bit later in the demonstration. Come on, poor guy.
No mercy.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I was under the impression it was better. Sorry. Next time I'm going to bring a real master thief.
It's hard under pressure.
So about the option, we worked very hard because you're right. The challenge on our side, 10 years is between the last game and this one, there is 10 years.
Yes.
Okay? So a lot of people are still in love with this franchise. And for them, they used to play it as a really hardcore.
Yeah.
And they are expecting this from this game. But we really want also to talk to a new generation of player. And for these player, having an objective marker or a couple of clues in the environment, it's okay because they don't want to fight with mechanics. They just want to enjoy the story and progress. So we worked very hard to respect both point of view. And this is how we did it, to give you a lot of options. So first of all, what you want to display, and again, a little bit later, we're going to show you all the options you have for the difficulty setting. Here, because he knows the game by heart, he did not. Have you read the document? Yeah, okay. I was about to tell you that in game also, the background story is really important. So there is a lot of document. If you read them, you are going to learn more about the city, people. But also, we're going to give you some clue, like the code for the safe, for example.
How much would you say there is to do outside of the main storyline? Because I know you guys have side quests and stuff in here.
Yeah. Wow, very good question. I don't know. I think it could be 50-50 because in the city hub you have a lot object to find, a lot of side quests, jobs. I mean, we the level designer, they decided to put candle in the city hub, for example. I think there is 24 candle. It's really small, and if you find all of them, we're going to give you something. But if you find them, it's not enough. You have to lit them, so you have to use fire arrow.
Oh.
I mean, it's just full of secrets like this.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And some people are asking in the chat, just to clarify, when you're not on a job, you can freely explore the city however you want to, right?
You're right. So again, after this mission, you will be in your hideout, and after that, if you go outside, you're in the city.
Right.
So if you want, you decide to progress to continue the story,
Once I draw it down,
or
there's no coming
you
back.
just visit the city.
Right.
And now you can accept side quests. You can just sneak around, maybe having a guy talking to another one, and he's gonna say, okay, I hide something there.
Right.
A new objective is there. Just because you did listen a conversation,
Yep.
we're going to update the objective. So if you are curious and you read and listen, we're going to give you more things to do.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff, and also finding the notes, the whole environmental storytelling aspect, I feel like was one of my favorite things about the Thief franchise. So what else do you guys consider to be like the main principles of Thief that you wanted to make sure was a big part of this game?
The city was at war.
You mean, let's say the DNA of the franchise?
Yeah. What are kind of the defining characteristics? What makes a Thief game outside of Garrett?
First of all, the point of view. It's a first-person game. I think that, especially if you remove all the HUD and stuff like this, the immersion is just great. This is one of the pillars. Also, we're going to show you later, we have, puzzle in this game. Like I said, also, if you are, you pay attention, there is a lot of conversation like this, giving you a flavor. You're going to understand what's happening in this city. A strong narrative, story. This game is rich. Really, I think that we worked very hard to give you a credible, setting. Yeah.
I heard that one of the earlier demos that you guys showed was in the third person. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, we decided to move forward with the first person. But you're right, we did a lot of tests in Montreal, and the demo is really interesting. Honestly, if you visit us in Montreal, I will show it to you. But it would have been a complete different game, honestly.
Yeah.
And we for the experience, we and a lot of people told us that, a real Thief game, according to them, it's a first person. And I kind of agree. So that's why we decided to move forward with this. But yeah.
I mean, you kind of get the best of both worlds here because you can actually look down and see your feet and see your hands and stuff.
But it's a good point. The body awareness is important for us. So if you are, it's a good example. Can you, when you walk on the, sur la poutre, so you're going to, body awareness is really important. The hands are extremely important for us. That's why we're using them a lot in the different gameplay, frame search and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because,
Now, how does exploration work with the map system that you guys have set up? Are you going to be able to go back to the very first map that you were in and explore later on in the game? Or is it like you leave an area and the collectibles and stuff are lost?
The timing of your question is just great. Because
Perfect.
I will just, now this is the first mission is done. I told you it's a short mission just to make sure that, you understand the control and you're comfortable with the game. And why the timing of your question is great, because this screen. At the end of each mission, we're going to tell you how you did play your mission. So here, it's a kind of mix. He's being a kind of predator, ghost, opportunist. He's honestly, it's a kind of, it's not clear.
It's an even split, yeah.
Yeah.
15%.
Yeah, so.
Come on, man.
That's
This isn't that kind of demo, Zach.
Now, here, I mean, he decided to blackjack the poor guy in the building, and now just how many objects you have? 8 on 60. So loot found 8 on 60. So there is 60 objects to find in this map. So coming back on your question. At the end, you see that only 15%, you found only 15%. So you can decide to replay it immediately, Or let's say you're curious and you just want to know more about the story. No problem, just continue. But maybe 2 or 3 days later, or at the end of the game, you would like to replay it to make sure that you are going to find everything. It's possible.
Do you have to go back into the menu to an earlier chapter, or can you just go back to that area?
No, when you're in the city hub, you have access to this mission.
Okay.
It's you play and you go there, and after that you have
Got
access.
it.
So yeah, you are going to have access to all the mission, all the side quests, all the jobs and stuff like this. So you can play the game like you want.
Got it.
Yeah.
What's that 16 by 19 up there?
This is the time. He played for 16 minutes and something like this. Bottom left. Let's say for you like to be a predator. So you like to clean a map. Each area, nobody will survive. You know, so a lot of headshot and stuff like that. We're going to detect your style of gameplay. So we're going to give you a kind of secondary objectives.
Okay.
So for example, if you're a predator, maybe it's going to be, we're going to tell you, okay, if you have a 4 headshot, for example, we're going to give you a bonus. If you are a perfect ghost, because it's possible to finish this game without killing anybody. So if you want to be a perfect ghost, the secondary objective maybe will be not be detected. And you're going to receive gold as a bonus.
What if you're evenly split like that? Do you get everything or nothing?
Now, if you are a kind of opportunist, maybe the objective, the secondary objective will be turn off 9 light. You know, using water arrow or something like this.
Got it.
So it's really to track your progress and make sure that you know how you play. So according to you, if a master thief is a ghost, here it's a fail.
Okay.
So maybe you want to retry, or later you come back.
Got it.
Should we hop into the other level?
Yeah, and it's going to be a good timing to show you all these other options we have, because honestly, it's a couple of them are completely crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on y va.
Cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are asking a question that everyone likes to ask when games are about to come out, about how long would you say the campaign is?
It's really difficult for me to answer because, like you just saw, it's.
You can spend 30 minutes on that mission easily, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, 15% of the loot's all the way only. So
Yeah, at least.
it's if you want to find everything, it's going to be long. But also keep in mind the city is really rich. You have a lot to do. So I don't want to put a number. I guarantee. Let's say it's a meal.
Yeah.
You have more than enough for a lot of days. You know, you are going to eat, and you should not starving. I mean, it's there is a lot. There is a lot for you.
It's a big
That's
meal.
such a French
Yeah.
comparison.
Doesn't sound.
Think of it as a meal.
Yeah, but
No, you don't want to keep
likes,
food out for that long, right?
everybody likes a good
But
meal, right?
We can work on
Yeah,
that.
it's true. You don't want to
then
eat it all
forward.
the first day.
This meal is full of flavor.
Yes, it's very rich, it seems.
Exactly. So this is where, let's say you start a new game. Rogue, it's the easy. Thief, it's a kind of normal. Master, obviously, it's the difficult. And custom. So custom, this is where you can choose, all right, do you want to have easy, normal, or hard? And this is where it's interesting. So remember, I told you the last game and this one, it's 10 years in between. So 10 years ago, for old people like me, it was just normal that it was just possible to save after each mission. You know? This game, by the way, you can save where you want, okay? But if, according to you, it's you cheat by doing it, you can turn on the switch and check bottom right. If you turn on, Sebastien, you're going to have points. This is linked to a leaderboard. So if you don't want focus, remember we said that for some people, focus is cheating. You can off also. No takedown, no reticle when you use your bow. Also, we have different types of arrow, but maybe you don't want to have them. You just want to have the classic arrow. It's possible. No food, because this game, if you go in the dark corner and you wait, you won't gain energy.
Right. No
So you
health
need
regen.
food. So no food in the game. So every time you receive a punch, you're about to it's going to be harder. No damage. If you receive a damage, you have to restart the mission. Okay? Slow move, you cannot run. And now we continue. And every time you turn on, you're going the point or higher. Okay, so it's going to give you a position on the leaderboard.
Right.
So if you continue, here it's just crazy. Iron Man.
Oh, man.
Can you go on Iron Man, please? If you die or fail a mission, you lose the game.
I don't.
I told you it's a big meal, right? So you're about to finish the meal, and,
Yeah.
and something happened, and you have to restart. I mean,
Stay away
It's
from
like
the
an eating
blowfish.
contest now.
exactly. No upgrade. So yeah, it's you start the game like this, and
Wow.
you finish the game. And if you go down, no kills or knockout. I told you, it's possible to finish the game without killing anybody. But this, it's like fishing, you know? Yeah, my fish was big like that. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Now you have the proof. I did not kill anybody. You have the proof. It's not just bullshit. You know,
Right.
it could be true. And no alert, no alert. So if you have no alert, if a guard see you, or we have also birds or dogs, if they just notice you, hey, you're game over. So no alert plus Iron Man, the combination of both. If a birds just see you, you restart the game.
Is that? I mean, is that really possible to? Has anybody on the team beat it that way?
Yes, because
Really?
yeah, it's on the it's going to be available next week. So we had to make sure that it works. Right?
Yeah, right. Of course.
So a poor tester in Montreal had to
Yes.
beat the game like this.
Oh my gosh.
So if on the leaderboard we see people slowly but surely having 1,200 points, it means that they have everything on, and they are able to beat the game.
Wow.
I won't do it.
I don't
can't,
blame you.
I can't. But yeah, it's possible. So this is how to respect
The original,
old school
right.
gamer, or to respect people who are going. It's going to be their first time on with this franchise. This is it. So it's really it's easy. It's a short explanation, on off. That's it, and after that you start, and it's really your game. So maybe for you it's just a couple on, just to make sure that it's exactly how you want to play.
Sure.
A lot of people said that they are going to have a lot of on, but especially the save. They want to be able to save everywhere.
Yes.
You know. So if you do that, everything on except the save after each mission, you know, on this, you won't have 200 points, so 1,200 points. So we will know that somewhere there is a switch that you're not using. But this is it. So I think it's really, you know, it's honest with people.
Yeah.
It's your game.
I feel like with all these options turned on, it's probably significantly harder than the original games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to have a guy, a person in front of me, like you know, a guy who knows by heart the other Thief and trying it and do comparison.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sure there's a lot of birds in
let's
this
hop in.
game, so.
Great.
You are going to try it?
Good luck.
Okay, man.
Ooh,
Stepping
right.
up to the challenge.
You're brave.
I think we're going to so apologize. Is going to restart very often, I guess.
So it's been 10 years. This game, at one point, there was a 4 attached to it, right? It was kind of called Thief 4. There was a logo that had 4 in it at some
Yeah.
point.
You're right.
So is this a reboot then, since it's just called Thief? Or how are you guys thinking about this in its position in the franchise?
It's a good question. No, finally, it's not a prequel or a sequel. It's really, yeah, this is Thief in 2014.
Okay.
So if you don't know this franchise, you know, it's not a problem. Play this one, you won't have any problem to jump into the game. You don't have to know the previous titles.
Gotcha.
It's important for us because we want to reach a new generation of player. Because it's funny because for a lot of people, they compare this game, the new one, to, you know, oh, it's like, I don't know, Splinter Cell or Dishonored.
Right.
And a lot of old gamer tell them, wait
No,
a minute,
yeah.
Thief is the grandfather of
Yeah, exactly,
that type
exactly.
of game, you know?
It is.
So
yeah.
that's cool to see the
different
all the-
generations,
yeah, exactly,
right?
Right.
exactly.
Thief was definitely one of the like formative games of my youth, and totally influenced the games that I love now. And so I think it's cool to see how you guys have embraced the idea of kind of a first-person simulator in ways that even the original didn't touch on. Like the idea that you're kind of always seeing your hands and your feet, and I don't know, the animations when you're stealing everything is just like so satisfying, and one of my favorite things about it.
I'm going to jump on one thing you just said. You said simulator.
Yeah.
So you're right for the body awareness, but one thing that we wanted to avoid, it's about For, let's say, when you play mouse and cat with the AI, it's really not a live simulation. Because we did a lot of tests also with this, with the AI. And you know, great programmer in Montreal, and the AI can be really, really smart. And when the AI is too smart, like, let's say, real life, it's not fun.
Right.
No.
It's not fun because now you don't play, you're always fighting. And so we want to make sure also that you can pickpocket the guy and drive them crazy and where are you? And it's probably a cat, whatever, you know. So here it's really not a simulation because it's would have been a little bit annoying.
It's kind of the great conceit of almost every stealth game, right? Is that the AI has to have some, it has to be on a level that is kind of lower than yours and kind of a level that you can kind of understand and play with in order to have fun with those systems, right?
Exactly. And so how we're going to play with the AI also, it's, for example, if it's easy, you play at easy. The AI will really look in front of him, you know. Harder mode, it's going to be a little bit more like this. So if you come in this direction at hard, he should see you coming, but at easy, it should not. So to pickpocket the guy is going to be easier. So this is how we play. So I really suggest that at the beginning, play with the AI, just check how he reacts. You're going to understand, and after that, you should have fun with it. It's a smart AI, but you have to understand how they behave, and after that, it's just fun to drive them crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is a new level we're on now, right?
You're right. This is the mission 4. So here, Garrett he must see the architect of the city, and he's looking for a specific blueprint. And now, this is the dimension of the architect. So this is the new objective. You have to go in, and this is here. I like that type of position. Can you just have a look on the? So this is where you can check. You know, okay. This is the situation, so there is a main entrance. And use the focus. Because you turn off everything. But it's easier to show you because on the right there is a ladder and there is a secret path there. It helps you to scan where to go. You have been detected, man.
It was a bird.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it was a bird.
No, I think he jumped, he landed on something and he did some noises. Some noise. You see that it could be really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you made it 5 minutes.
4.
And
No, mais là,
you're one of the.
Now we have to start the demo over, right?
no,
from
but
the start?
imagine, let's say it's in real life, you're at mission 4. Now you restart at the beginning of the game.
Oh, right, yeah, the beginning of the game.
I told you, I won't
So
be at the first
stressful.
position on leaderboard. It's not my name. I guarantee.
Yeah, maybe we'll make it a little easier.
Yeah. But I was about to tell you that that type of situation you're going to have it in the game is you can scan the environment and check, okay, what is the best, how I want to play tonight, you know? You had a bad day at the job.
Sure, I just want to kill everyone, yeah.
Bingo, you feel aggressive. Tonight you're going to use your
feeling
bow,
well.
your arrow.
Terry never has bad days at this job. Come on.
Really?
Not at all.
Never.
Should I live and I let you talk a little bit? But maybe you would prefer to, nobody will see you anyway. So it's really, you adapt your style, your type of gameplay, and you just progress.
Now, if you have, say you're playing on easy and you perform a lot of takedowns, does that affect your score as if you're playing on easy, or is that only if you're playing on one of the harder difficulties?
Not the score. It's going to affect the pie chart at the end.
Okay.
It's how you play. So by using a lot of blackjack, probably it's more predator or at least opportunist. Opportunist is really by using the environment. Turn off the light.
Right.
Creating your shadow path with the water arrow. There is an object there by using a bow, your bow, and aiming it. There is something falling on the guards, stuff like this. This is opportunist. Honestly, when I'm going to play, probably I'm going to be more opportunist. I like to play with the environment. So, is it Iron Man? No, okay.
No.
Thank you. I would like to show the game and not just seeing you dying.
I don't know, that was pretty fun.
Do you guys have some issues? Should we leave and you can work it out? Or?
Maybe.
Yep.
No.
Back in Montreal.
Yeah.
It's a long flight back. You guys got
Exactly.
time.
We're
You guys
going
got
to have
time.
maybe at least 6 hours to
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, Eidos Montreal, obviously a couple years ago, you guys brought back the Deus Ex franchise with Human Revolution. How have you guys perceived because both have very devout fan bases, how have you perceived the reaction to be different from, back when you guys were in production on Deus Ex versus the path that Thief has taken?
There is a lot of similarities because both franchise, there is people who they really know what they want to have in this game, and they have a specific idea. And sometimes, for example, we used to have, it's not, let's say quick time event, we'll call it like this. And a lot of people said, what is that? And no more. There is no more that type of event in the game. So we did listen very often to make sure that we're going to follow the what people are expecting. That said, at the same time, we cannot listen everything because this guy will say something, the other guy will think another thing. So we had also to trust our, instinct.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of situation. There is extra Thief, both franchise. It's fan are there. They are still in love with this. And that's why we gave them a lot of options to really respect the legacy of this franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a similar problem to, or not a problem, but a similar thing that games that go into early access or that are Kickstarter supported have, where you have a fan base who feels like they have some ownership over the game, right?
It's a really good comparison. You're right. It's the first time people talk about that, but you're right. It's, yeah.
And so that kind of balance.
People get very possessive about franchises that they loved growing up. I feel like this is probably almost a more extreme example of that because it has been so long since the last game.
Yeah, and also we have this situation, when I don't know how old you are, but let's say you're still in love with the old TV show, and in your mind it's the best thing on earth. And 15, 20 years later, you have a look on it, and finally, it's not exactly like the more the years and the years, you're going to have a kind of a fake.
Yeah, nostalgia. A lot of it
Bingo.
is nostalgia, and I feel like that's even more evident in games because they have come so far just in such a short period of time.
I'm getting sick, I know it.
And often, I think when fans say that they want something or that something should be different in a very specific way, that feedback is not always like, oh, we need to talk with QA and we need to implement that change because they said that. But the way that feedback is expressed or kind of the general sentiment can be useful in affecting the game in other ways, right?
Yeah, honestly, some couple of times on the production floor, we are not sure. We feel that okay, this is it. Another example at E3, we used to have, let's say you do a headshot, we used to give to the player experience point.
Right.
And we received a lot of comments about the fact that what is that? You're a thief and we're going to receive experience because you kill? It doesn't make any sense. And in Montreal, we had a lot of debate about that. And we were really, 50-50 and when we received this feedback, it's okay, this is what we were waiting, the kind of confirmation that, it's finally let's go in this direction. So now there is no more experience point. So sometimes it helps, the feedback helps to validate a decision.
They have their orders. That's what they said. Orders, ma'am. I told them orders won't
So
get him out of his study. He has been up there for some time now. 3 nights.
In this position, playing with the AI, it depends on the difficulty level.
His work remains
So
his
we
true
can try
love.
to, all right.
The wife is but an afterthought.
And bingo.
Oh man.
Poor lady. This is where I told you it's not a life simulation. We want also to give you this opportunity to do it. And keep in mind what he just picked. Remember in the mission 1, it's there is 60 objects to find. It's part of these objects. Okay, so it's not just objects on the floor.
It's on people too.
Also, so the challenge is there.
Stink of stale opium.
Yeah, it's definitely not that easy to pickpocket people in real life.
No, and I
It's
don't
a
want.
good thing.
I don't want to see you, you need 10 minutes to open the.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, you know, you want to progress, you want to have fun with the
Right,
game.
you want to have fun. That's the
That's
most
it.
important
But the
thing.
key is this, eh? Too often in review, we read the game is this and this and this, but people they don't talk about is it fun.
Yeah.
This is if you tell me, oh, I noticed this or this, but I had a lot of fun. Job's done. I want to make sure you're going to smile when you play.
No
Right.
sense waiting out here.
Yeah, that's something that I have to be very conscious about also when I'm reviewing, because I do tend to get caught up in the small details of something versus the overall feeling of it.
Yeah. We just saw something. You just picked a painting.
Yeah.
We have a couple of paintings in the game that it's for Garrett's personal collection. And what I like with this, it's when you're back in your hideout, these paintings will be on the wall. So the more you progress, the more you're going to be your collection.
Right.
And it's cool because if there is an empty spot and you progress and the empty spots stay empty, it tells you that maybe you should replay a mission because I think you forgot something.
Right.
So I like this feature. So there is special loots, jewels, a painting, and you in your hideout you see all your collection.
This is great. So I played through this level. I guess I'm not really supposed to talk about that, but I played and I didn't see any of this. I went a completely different
Right.
direction.
Mother Mulberry.
So I
Now
missed
he's
out
going
on
to
that
play
painting.
with the AI. He's going to just, you know,
Look.
what's happening. And,
Do we have any more questions, Zach?
One thing that I was wondering if you want to tell us a little bit about is you guys just announced a modding competition, right?
What was that noise? Whoever's there.
where is the PR guy? PR guy? Yeah, I think so. But honestly, I
Don't
will,
have much details on
I,
that.
I will let him give you detail. No problem to talk about this game. I don't have all the detail about
Sure.
that. And I want to tell you yes, and you're going to win $1 million.
Right.
And people will say no. So
Okay.
I don't
fair
know
enough.
all the rules.
Look it up. There's a press release.
So you just walked over a bunch of broken glass, right? So it seems like sound is a very huge part of this game.
Yeah.
I noticed even when I was playing, there were a lot of areas with water on the ground or broken glass like that that you have to really be conscious of.
It's a very good point. Thanks to bring it. It's the sound is really important in this game, and you're right. Pay attention. Glass, water are going to make more noise, so people are going to detect you. And when you progress in game, you can upgrade Garrett, let's say. So you can buy new shoes, and these shoes will make less noise, for example. So it depends. What type of player are you? Because if you want to be a ghost, this upgrade, the shoes, is really interesting for you. If you're more aggressive, probably you're going to upgrade your bow, for example. So we try to give you, depending how you play, we're going to support your type of gameplay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did notice some upgrades also for exploration things, like being able to see more highlighted objects in the environment, right?
Yeah, or also tools. If you buy, for example, the painting, you have to buy the scalpel. If you don't buy it, you won't be able to have the painting on the wall. Same thing, there is a wrench. You can access to hidden
The
area.
plaques and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly, if you have the wrench.
Are those things going to be necessary to find all of the? I mean, I don't know if the plaques and stuff are included in the items that you can loot. I would assume that they are, but
Yeah, the what you talk about, it's in the city hub, and every time you have one, it's going to be in your personal collection. But no, if we won't force you to buy it, okay? So you can finish the game without buying it.
okay.
But it gives you access to secret area, a new path to bypass
Right.
a couple of guards, for example. That's why it's.
But if you wanted to loot everything in the game and find all of the collectibles, you would need a lot of those upgrades.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. We were talking about pillars of this franchise. Like I said, puzzle is. It's
were the
not puzzle
biggest
everywhere,
admirer
but we
of
have a
the
couple.
Onward.
This is one. You're going to see one here. So.
I imagine puzzles like these would be very difficult without a lot of those options and the menu turned on, and being able to
Yeah,
see
but-
things.
Order, but we didn't make sure that it's possible to. So, for example, the lockpick, for example, If you don't have the focus, and if you turn off all the HUD like this,
Keep. That's my
and maybe
interest in
if you
this
turn off
expensive
the
tool
rumble
set.
on the controller,
Guess I'll have to play
it's still
along.
possible to lockpick. But you will have to pay attention on
Yes.
Garrett's animation, and the thing is going to move his fingers a little bit to, okay, now...
I
But it's
experienced
possible.
that when I was playing. I was surprised at how quickly it got very hard to lockpick.
Yeah.
So it does seem like there is still a fair amount of the sort of magic and mysticism that was present in previous Thief games, right? Because I know some have had a lot more than others.
You're right, it's part of the franchise. And like what you said, it's not magic, it's like you said, it's mysticism.
Would you say that's a big part of the story here?
Not a big part, but it's really big, no, but it's really part of the
It's
story.
there, yeah.
It's there. And we did reveal in the last previous trailer that there is weird creature later in the game. And here, by the way, here it's not scripted. He's really playing, all right? It's not like he's not.
Like a cutscene or anything?
No. He's running. He's playing.
Yeah, I love how fluid the movement in this game feels.
Yeah, we work very hard on this to give you the feeling that. Again, I don't want to see you fighting with the mechanic.
Right.
So you shouldn't. So.
Yeah.
And that's it. Now he has the blueprint, and he's going to be ready to progress. So we're going to stop
Let's
there
see.
for mission 4, but we are in
This
the
opening
middle,
at the
let's say, of
base,
the
some
mission.
sort of steam
Okay.
vent.
And
or
about how
exhaust
far
shaft.
through the game
Would be
was this
suicide
part?
to break into
Oh,
there.
is it?
That should buy me back the element of surprise.
Yeah, 40%,
40%?
something like this. Yeah.
Barrett's
This, okay,
great
40% of the
Room
story.
to be the
Right.
size of a
Okay,
house
not
and
40% of the game because again, with
side jobs.
exactly, it's bigger. Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Would you like to see, because this is the story, we have the hub, and also we have kind of, we call it the challenge mode. So we are using all the stealth mechanic, but with a specific gameplay
Okay.
linked with leaderboard.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to compare your score with. So we can show it to you.
Yeah, maybe check out the options. We're running a little bit at a time here.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But yeah, so game's out next week, right?
You're right.
Long time
is it-
coming.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're
You guys
happy
are
because
probably
you know.
both relieved
s-
and
yeah. It's time
excited.
that now people can finally play the game, because we read a lot of stuff on the web, you know, and now it's the real thing.
Yeah.
It's here.
No more. I read this and I heard that. It's real stuff.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
there's no multiplayer, just single player and leaderboards and.
No, I would tell you, help me to help you, because yeah, just to make sure to respect the legacy of this franchise,
Yes.
to bring
Yes.
it back, we wanted to really focus on a solid single player campaign.
I think that's something fans will appreciate very much.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, yeah, I think sometime multiplayer is great, but sometime, you know, you have to really focus on what you should. And yeah, our feeling was that, okay, let's make sure no distraction.
Yeah.
That's wise. Well, thank you very much,
It's
Stefan.
been a pleasure.
Thank you, Sebastian. And that's Thief, you guys. February 25th in North America, February 28th in Europe, and this is coming out simultaneously on current gen and next gen, correct?
And PC.
And PC. There you go. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
See ya.